forget in Europe, and that actually people tend to forget also in the United States, but which is a very strong tradition. You know, this country invented the modern income tax progressivity. You know, this country in the 1920s, you know, invented very high top tax rate on very top incomes and top inherited wealth. And Europe sort of followed on this. And in fact, you know, it's interesting to see that if you take a country like Germany, you know, the only time where you have a 90% top tax rate on top incomes is actually in 1946 to 1948, which is when the tax policy of Germany was set by the Americans. You know, this was the Allied Control Council. And you know, when Germany took back its sovereignty in the 1950s, they actually reduced the top rate by a lot to what they viewed as much more reasonable levels of these crazy American levels. And you know, it was the same in Japan. You know, in Japan, it's only in 1946 to 1949 that you have a 90% top tax rate. And you know, the Americans were not doing that to punish the Germans or the Japanese, because they were doing the same thing at home. You know, at that time, you know, the top tax rate was 90%, and you know, during half a century, between 1930 to 1980, on average, the top federal income tax rate was 82%. And you know, apparently this did not kill American capitalism, and you know, this is part of the history of this country. And you know, when the same policy was applied in Germany and Japan, this was sort of part of the civilization package of the time as the Americans would view it. So they will come with a democratic institution and also with this steeply progressive fiscal institution, which at that time were viewed in the US as a way to prevent democracy from becoming a plutocracy and you know, an oligarchy. And this was, you know, whatever one thinks about it, and you know, some conservatives, some Republicans can disagree about this, and some can agree, but you know, this is part of you know, our common history. And I think you know, maybe also this book tries to appeal to this and to this long tradition. You know, for a long time, the inequality of wealth and income was higher in Europe, you know, until World War I than in the United States, which indeed, you know, during the 19th century until World War I was to some extent a more egalitarian country than Europe, you know, at least among white men. Or, you know, so this book maybe you know, tries to appeal to this American tradition with equal opportunity and equality.